for this project, you have lots of backstitching and pivoting. So I'm going to show you guys how to do both of those. So the first thing that we're going to do is show you guys a backstitch. So whenever you start and stop a stitch, you're always going to backstitch. So you're going to go forward about 5 stitches, then you're going to hold this button right here. It's going to go backwards. When you let go, it goes forward again. You can also stop your machine, push it, and then it'll go backwards again, but it'll keep going backwards, so you got to press it again, and then it'll go forward again as well. Okay, so the easiest thing to do is just to hold it when you get to the end, about 5 stitches, and then release it until you get all your stitches. Okay, so that right there is a back stitch, and you can see how it's a little bit darker. Those are my back stitches. That just locks our stitch into place. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to show you guys is pivoting, because pivoting is what you guys have to do in all your corners for your maze. So you're going to start off by back stitching, and then once you get to your corners, so let's pretend we're going to turn here. So when you get to your corner, you're going to stop. You're going to turn your hand wheel till the needle goes into the machine. Then you can lift your foot, turn, and go wherever you need to go to. Drop it, and then you can continue on. Alright, let's show you one more pivot. So we're going to stop right about here. If you're not quite there and you're like, oh, I'm only a couple stitches away, you can rotate your hand wheel a couple times and do what we call walk the needle to the corner. Once you're at your corner, then you're going to take it, lift it, turn again, drop it where you need to go, and continue sewing to the next part. So same thing, we're going to drop it one more time, put the needle in, lift our foot, turn, drop, and then you continue sewing. And then when I get to the end again, same thing, we're going to backstitch, and then once you're finished, then you can take it off. And as you can see, my corners are quite sharp because I backstitched, or I pivoted in all of those corners, okay? And then my two ends are a little bit darker because we actually backstitched at those two corners, okay? So on your maze, wherever you have a turn, you're going to turn it onto those points, okay? Now there's lots of spots where you're not going to be able to turn, and you're like, well, how do I get to those? It's fine, you can just sew little back stitches, straight stitches wherever you need to in order to finish off your maze. But anytime you have a line that you can connect together, I would suggest pivoting in those corners. So I should see some pivoting, and I also should see some back stitching.